Hey, welcome to Mama's Had Enough. I'm Mama. I'm a single mom of five, and I'm passionate about real world problems. Problems in our schools, problems on social media, problems in our government. So, here, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about all those kinds of things. If you're new, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you stay, subscribe, like, follow. If you're returning, thank you so much for returning. It means the world to me to have your guys' support. Today's a doozy, so buckle up. I think it's time we had a little chit chat. So, let's get chatting. Today we're talking about a mother who wanted a turkey sandwich so badly that she was willing to risk her child's life. Not once, but twice. Check this out.
No, you're fine. It's not an emergency. Oh. I just was gonna see if you could bring me a turkey sandwich. My eyes want to retreat further into my skull after just witnessing this mother unplug her own NICU baby's monitoring device to trick the nurses into coming in so she could ask for a turkey sandwich. Aside from the audacity of her recording the whole thing, she put her own premature baby in danger by doing that, since apneic episodes where babies stop breathing can happen very suddenly in premature ones, and she would have distracted those nurses from the others on the unit. After getting backlash for this, she doesn't even feel any remorse. 500,000 views. All it's gonna do is bring more traction to my page and more money in my pocket. So. The CPS has been informed. What are your thoughts?
Good.
Wow, that was disgusting. The reason I am so passionate about this situation is I'm not only a mother, I'm a mother of two premature babies. My fifth and sixth babies were both born at 24 weeks, which is 4 months early, weighing just over 1 pound each. My fifth baby is almost 7 years old, and she's incredibly healthy, and you'd never know she was a micro preemie. My sixth baby, however, passed away at just 13 days old due to complications with her being born that early. And let me tell you, every single moment of every single day that I could be in that NICU, I was there. I was there holding them. I was there reading to them. I was in that room pumping, crying, praying, pleading. And to unhook your baby's O2 monitor so you could get a fucking sandwich? A fucking sandwich? I'm sorry. Uh, is it just me? Like, or are we getting dumber by the fucking minute? I don't know if it's the internet, our government, whatever's in our food or water, whatever. I don't know. But what I do know is that any parent on this planet that would risk their child's life for any reason, let alone clout and a fucking sandwich, should be locked up for life. Those babies are so fucking fragile that when my fifth child, um, my now 7-year-old, when she was only 3 weeks old, I watched her lungs collapse. I watched my baby, who was just over 1 pound, I watched her entire body turn blue. I watched her fight and struggle so hard for just the tiniest little breath that she could not take. I watched every one of those monitors, every one of those nurses and doctors do everything they could for over 20 minutes to save her life. And they did. But that 20 minutes was the longest 20 minutes of my life. And if it wasn't for those monitors, the ones that she unhooked for a fucking sandwich, my little girl would not be here today. Guess what else they give you? When you're in that room, whether you're holding your baby or you're pumping or you're reading to them or whatever it is that you're doing, if you need anything at all, there's something called a call button that nurse hands you specifically before they leave that room, so that if you need anything, a glass of water, a turkey sandwich, anything. That is the button you push to get their attention. That is how they know you need something. She literally says in this video, I'm going to unhook this monitor because that's how they know that you need something. No, 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 no. They come running and don't make your fat ass wait because they think it's they think your baby is dying. That is what that does. Let me show you my baby. This is my 5th baby. This is just moments after she was born. They had to wrap her body in plastic to keep the moisture in because her skin was so fragile that by just rubbing it, it would rip like wet paper. Here is me holding her for the first time, and this picture does not do justice to how small she was, or how fragile, or how in one split second her life could have been ripped away from me. Here's her at just 2 weeks old. Here's her daddy holding her. You can see just how tiny she is. And this is her at about 2 months old. Notice she doesn't have all the breathing tubes and stuff hooked up to her anymore. Here's her older brother visiting her. Here's another one with her sister and her other brother. She's so special, and she's so strong, and she's a fighter. Now here's my Liliana. She was so tiny and so fragile, and she fought so hard. Here's all those monitors, the exact ones that mother unhooked for a fucking sandwich. I couldn't imagine putting my baby girl's life at risk for a goddamn sandwich for any reason, let alone clout. Again, here she is. This is Liliana. This is my 6th baby. Moments after she was first born. Here's me reading her book. I went and bought so many books so I could be there reading to her as much as humanly possible. And here's her dad and I at the Ronald McDonald House, lighting the lamp in memory of our baby girl after she had passed away that day. And here's the funeral. It's the funeral for my baby girl that I lost at 13 days old. These are actual molds of her little hand and feet. Look how tiny they are. That is how small and fragile these babies are when they go into that NICU. And that just goes to show how unbelievably stupid this woman was. I can't even call her a mother anymore. Because after the fact, after all this happened, and she was told by thousands, hundreds of thousands of people, including the medical staff, that unhooking your baby's O2 monitor for any reason is absolutely incomprehensible. It's daft. It's dangerous. She spun it and turned it into a joke and showed how proud of herself she was for getting a viral video on TikTok. I can't fathom what goes on in these people's brains to make them think that this is any bit of okay. This is the kind of stuff that needs to be addressed. These human beings are the ones that need to be held accountable for their actions. People are hating on TikTok left, right, and center, but it's not the app. It's people like this that will literally put their own children in harm's way just for a couple of years. Lady, if you see this, I'm glad CPS came. I hope your kids got taken away because you don't deserve them. You have a beautiful baby.